Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Koopalings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack Podcast, episode 295. We are getting close to the 300th episode. It is Sunday. I'm still waking up. How are you, Delvin and Donnie?
Get hype, y'all.
Get hyped. We're here. You know what's funny is I stayed up way too late last night watching football, and then the F1 race this week was in Japan, so it starts at like super early in the morning. And then I slept in, and I wanted to sleep in later, but I think my wife rummaging around woke me up, so I was up at like 8:30, and I was just laying in bed. And I was like, I think I'm gonna just go back to sleep and take a nap. And then I thought to myself, I was like, do I have something to do today? I guess not. I don't know. And I went back and laid back to sleep. And then I woke up at like 10:15, like, like I was like checking my phone. I was like, did I miss it? And then I was like, do we start at 10? Am I late? Are they waiting on me? Like, what's having a full-blown panic attack?
Meanwhile,
And then
I'm out of bed, like,
Delvin's
at
about to kick
11.
And then I looked at, I had to like check our past history. I was like, oh, we moved to 11. That's right. I got plenty of time. So fun morning.
Yeah, I was actually up at 7 this morning. I was getting some stuff done. I think it was like Friday night. So I have some family in from Pittsburgh this weekend. My cousin plays ice hockey at Temple University. So I have some family that are visiting because they're seeing some of his games this weekend. We went last night, but I went out to dinner with them on Friday night, and then I came home and I slept, and I think I must have slept like 13 hours. And I woke up the next day on Saturday, and I'm like, oh my God, like I needed that. Does your body like ever just need to catch up on sleep? Like I had back to school night this week where I was at work for 12 hours. Like I had a week, let me tell you. So I slept for way too long, and I woke up and I was like groggy feeling.
Yeah, you have that hangover, sleep hangover.
Yes.
Yeah, you sleep
like,
so long, you're tired.
My body needed to adjust.
You wake up, you're tired of sleeping.
What is that all about?
Yes.
That's why naps, I think people like the power nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ended up like I did some stuff on Saturday. Then I took another power nap despite sleeping like 14 hours. And then I went to his hockey game. It was really nice. They lost, but it was nice to see some family that I don't normally get to see. But yeah, so now I feel like my body has like reset. I feel like I'm good now. I'm not going to take a nap today. I'm not going to ruin it and mess up my sleep schedule. I'm going to stay on this schedule. I'm going to get stuff done. I have off tomorrow. It's Yom Kippur for the Jews. Easy feasting, Jews out there, for Yom Kippur. And I am getting my new iPhone tomorrow. I'm getting the iPhone 15. I'm upgrading after way too long.
Is that the new thing? Is that the one that plays Resident Evil?
Probably.
That's awesome.
It's new.
Oh.
It has the USB-C charger. I've been waiting because I wanted to upgrade before my Taylor Swift concert in May. But I wanted to wait for this phone because it has the USB-C charger, that universal charger, instead of the stupid Apple Lightning cable that is stupid. And it has like a really nice camera.
Bought the iPad mini because it has a USB-C charger.
Yes, it is long overdue. This is like the best upgrade ever. So I'm going to finally get it tomorrow. I'm excited. I like get excited when I'm upgrading my phone because I don't do it too often. I think, let me ask you this. I've had Verizon my whole life, ever since my first phone. I think I'm going to switch to T-Mobile. Everybody I know is switching to T-Mobile. My dad switched and they gave him a free phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, I wonder if I can like get a discount for like being like a new member, I guess, or whatever, a new customer. What do you guys have?
Yeah,
do you
probably give you a discount. I have
T-Mobile,
Verizon. I used to have T-Mobile, and then when I split from my ex, that went away with that. So I got Verizon. I've been happy with Verizon ever since.
I haven't
Do you
paid
like
for a
it?
cell
Because, like-
phone in decade.
What?
My work pays for my cell phone, so I just whatever.
Yeah, but you still have something. What do you have?
I believe we contract through Verizon.
Okay.
Yep.
Because, like, I noticed, like, I used to get really, like, perfect service everywhere. But, like, I noticed, like, when I moved into this new place, like, I don't even get service inside of my house. I have to be on Wi-Fi to be connected. And so, like, I've had the power go out a couple
Yeah.
times, and, like, my phone just doesn't work. And, like, that's annoying to me.
I mean, it would
I have
be.
that sometimes
What's your
around
provider?
Some areas it just doesn't work.
What's your provider?
I have Verizon
Right.
right now.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be like the reason that most public safety use them is they have the most coverage.
And I don't know if that's because I don't have 5G. My current phone is so old it doesn't support
That's
5G.
probably it.
And like
That's probably
my
it.
new one obviously will. So like
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm gonna go to T-Mobile tomorrow and I'm gonna see if they'll give me a deal, if I'm gonna be paying less than what I'm paying right now, or if they can give me like a really good discount or something.
Sure.
I'm just excited to get the new phone. So
Are you going to game
that'll
on
be
it?
my day tomorrow. I don't know. I don't like gaming on my phone because I don't like.
Neither do I.
I don't know.
Me
Because
neither.
here's my thing. I like to use my phone while I'm playing games.
Yeah.
And so like to like close out and then like do what I need to do and then go back in. Like it's annoying.
It kills your
So-
battery. You get pop-ups and
Yeah.
you see little notifications and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get interrupted.
So
I'm
I'm
the
not a
same.
big like mobile gamer.
But their recent Apple Direct or whatever they do, they were talking about all these games that they've got, and they've got like the Resident Evil 4 remake you can play on a phone.
But like, why would I do that if I have like 3 other devices that can play Resident Evil? Like, I have a Switch. I got my.
I was thinking of it more of like
the
a
thing. The thing.
I would just be
And I
interested in hearing your thoughts on like we now have a device entering a mobile market that is so much more advanced than the Switch. I'd be interested in hearing what you think it means for like Switch 2 competition in the years to come. Because that's different than where it was when the Switch launched. When the Switch launched, there were no games that were playing like that on people's phones. But now, like just the new iPhone, you know, and look at me, I'm questioning, I'm doubting. Press X to doubt. Sorry, Daniel T Life. I've seen Apple do this dog and pony show at every one of these damn directs for like 13 years. Every one of them, they trot out some game and they're like, see, we're taking games
Infinity
seriously,
Blade.
guys. And what that really means is we've paid a company, one developer, $100 million to put one game on our platform. Like they do very well, obviously, in the Apple Arcade space with like indie devs and stuff like that. This is a fine platform for that. I'm not expecting, you know, suddenly like console games to just start showing up on iPhones like left and right. I don't think that'll ever happen. But I am interested in just the news. I was interested in seeing because like the footage that they showed that they said was real was impressive. I was like, there's no way a Switch could do that. I was like, that's interesting. I wonder what Nintendo is thinking of that as Apple's
think
starting
they
to
care.
release phones like this.
And I will say why. Because the Apple phone is like almost $2,000. So,
Oh, of
like,
course. Yeah, no. Yeah.
yeah,
But it's also
like
ubiquitous. Like they're
Yeah,
not
it is,
worried
but
about
it's like-
selling the phone. The phone's going to sell. So like people are already going to have the phone. So like what does that mean for Nintendo where you're trying to sell a device and I'm wondering, you know, the Switch was so successful because of that casual market that we talk about that like latched on and caught on. And I'm wondering if games like that start becoming more available on the iPhone, how many people are like, well, I can just use my phone, you know?
I don't think enough. And I'll
No,
tell you
and I
why,
don't either.
because the Switch, I know this might be controversial, but parents usually buy that for their kids. I know we play it and we love it and stuff like that, but parents usually buy for their kids as opposed to the iPhone. It's mainly for adults and like you see parents give their kids to shut up here, play this iPhone game. I don't think they look at it like that. Like even now, like he's
Sheldon.
saying that
You
I
would
would
be
not, like-
surprised at how many of my second, third
Yeah, I was gonna
graders
go
have their own
Rebecca's
iPhone.
route. Yeah.
those people
Kids
are
have
crazy.
phones. And I think
Yeah,
you'd
but
be
I'm
surprised with how more adoptive they are of a mobile game than you're thinking. Like we see, like Among Us, we see games that just take off in the mobile space simply because so many of their friends and things have access. They can play those games together, whereas they may not have the same console. They may not all have the same games.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to Switch just has that appeal. One, the price is right. Like the price is right, and it's an easy enough thing to sell to a family. Like, hey, I can get you this $1,500 iPhone, or I can get you this $300, $400 Nintendo Switch that you can probably take with you on the go, and you can use at home. And kids normally
I'm not
pick the Switch probably.
I'm not
I did
prognosticating
see kids
doom and
at
gloom or
back to
anything like
school
that.
night when their parents were sitting in the classrooms, they were sitting out in the hallway with their Switch lights.
Yeah, I'm not projecting doom and gloom or anything like that. I just think there's a little bit more competition than we've had in the past. And I think what the iPhone was trying to show in their latest little presentation was a leap forward. Right? It's not just the easy come, easy golf game. You know, it's not like what was that Zelda knockoff that they had? What's it called?
Oceanhorn.
Oceanhorn, thank you. It's not Oceanhorn. It's Resident Evil 4. Remake. Like Switch doesn't even have yet. It's like it's things like that. I'm like, it's interesting. It's just different, and it's a different factor.
But like you said, they've done this before. They've had games.
Yeah, they do this all the time.
iPhone, like I said, Infinity Blade was a big one that people loved.
Well,
they're like, look what our phone can do.
If you watch these directs that they have, these little presentations, these keynotes, I think is the word I've been searching for. For years, they're like, we've made our dev tools easier than ever to port. And where we've gotten in the Apple TV is the strongest thing ever. And you can use your Xbox controller. And it's never really amounted to much, even though they have hundreds of millions of potential customers. Apple Arcade is a sweet platform. I'm not dissing Apple by any means. I think they're trying to make some hay in the gaming biz. But I think ultimately, I didn't mean to tangent this far off of your phone discussion, Rebecca.
No,
but
okay.
but what I wanted to say is, ultimately, I don't think people buy Switches for any of that. They're not buying it for Resident Evil 4 or anything. I think that's ultimately what's Nintendo's, case is. They're buying it for Mario and Zelda and Animal Crossing. Like they're not buying it for any of that, so it doesn't matter. But I think,
and likewise,
those games are a bonus.
It's chipping on the edges, right? There's just a little more contention on the periphery, on the fringe of that Nintendo market. People are starting to nip around. It was more or less what I was trying to point out.
Likewise, I think the people who are interested in playing Resident Evil 4 Remake want to play it. Like Garrett said, he doesn't want to play it on such a tiny screen. Like the Garretts of the world who want to play that game are
I'm playing with tilt controls.
No. Why? Because then your fingers are in the way. No, because the people who want to play this game already have something else to play it on, whether it be a console or a PC, or I feel like people would even rather play it on a Switch than play it on a phone screen because it's so little and like touch screen. Like I know you can connect a controller, but I don't know. I feel like it's just not the same audience. Like you have all those games on Apple Arcade that I feel like are more mobile friendly type games. It's never going to be like there's a difference between console games and mobile games.
And then isn't it interesting that the Nintendo Switch is like a blend of that? It's like a bridge between the two. Like on one side you've got phones and iPads, and then you've got like the Switch, and on the other side you've got PlayStation 5s and Xboxes, and it's kind of sits right in the middle of that.
But that's perfect because I feel like that always, as long as they have a product like that, that always leads to the argument like, hey, you can have both of these. You don't necessarily
it's
just
its
have
own
a
market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a direct competitor.
And they get the best, or like I said, the best. When successful, I think it's their best opportunity for third-party support, right? Because when they sell well, the big games will spend the money to port. And even when they're not selling well, the smaller games will probably find more revenue. I think we see a lot of that in the mobile space. They have a hard time getting people to give them $1.99 to remove ads, let alone actually any money for their game. So they'll port their game to Switch. That's why Switch, it's usually why when we're talking about like Switch ports, when people, every so often when people ask us to make predictions or guesses, I'm often looking at that's why I was thinking Marvel Snap, Vampire Survivors. I kind of look at like what's kind of hot in the mobile space, and I almost always expect if something kind of breaks out there, it'll find its way to Switch sooner or later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Fun tangent. I didn't mean to go down that path.
No, that was a very good tangent. Remember how I said I would try F-Zero 99 last time?
Rebecca, I'm so happy that you're here to
Okay.
tell us about the game because I've been hearing nonstop about how great this game is, and I'm sure anybody that's listening to Shack was just seething listening to me last week.
I'm so addicted to it. It is the greatest thing.
Very
Wow.
good. Very good.
That's
I've
great.
heard people say it's like their game of the year good. And I'm not talking like Twitter people. I'm talking like
let's
real
not
people.
go that far. Let's not go that far.
I'm just saying I heard it. It's a real thing.
There's a lot of good games this year. No, it's very good. I would say this is even the best of the like 99s little classic battle royales that there are yet. It is very good. I have my only F-Zero experience before this was trying F-Zero on the Super Nintendo online maybe once or twice. Yes, I don't have a number one win yet, but I have many second and third place wins, like many of them. It is like it's nice because it's fast. You don't have to wait until there's one person left. Like I feel like some of the like Pac-Man 99 I got really into, Super Mario 35, like you have to go until there's one person left. Tetris 99, this isn't like that. The game is over once you've crossed the finish line or you explode. So all of the games are like 3 minutes long at most. They are addictive. There is strategy. Like once you learn the maps, like you get really good at like knowing when to use your boost, how to get KOs, like where you should be like using your special thing, like how to be spinning to like destroy people. It is so addictive, and like you're unlocking stuff to like customize your car along the way. You're unlocking badges. They have like these timed Grand Prix where like every half hour you can like go in and do like 4 of them in a row until you either win or die. Oh my gosh, it's addictive. I really like it. I hope they don't take this one away. And also another thing that I was thinking before we like talk about it is of all of the classic battle royale type games online, like there was Tetris, right? There was Pac-Man, there was Mario, and now am I missing any? Now there's F-Zero. I feel like those other ones are all like household names that like if you ask people who don't play video games if they've heard of Tetris, if they've heard of Pac-Man, if they've heard of Mario, they'll all say yes. F-Zero is the first one here that is not a household name, and I feel like it is so cool that they picked this to be the next 99 game because it's introducing people to like this game. Like it's just so it's great. I'm
Nate
so
hates it.
glad that they did this.
Nate hates it. It's the best F-Zero game ever made.
I mean, I haven't played any of the other F-Zero games, but this format just works super well.
Yeah, I think that's what he was saying. Is like this with the online and the other players and everything. He was like, this is kind of what it was always meant to be.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. Like I am glad that they decided to do this instead of I saw like some people who are really big F-Zero fans who were disappointed that they didn't either remake like F-Zero GX or make a new F-Zero game. But let's be real, like me and like all these other people who are not fans were not gonna buy a $50, $60 F-Zero game. Like I wasn't going to. But like I'm addicted to this, and like who knows, maybe if they do something like that now, like next, maybe I will be interested because I got to have this really cool experience without paying any more money.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be that
That's a good point.
foot in the sand, mud in the sand guy. Like I'm not playing it. I've never liked F-Zero, and I'm not going to try it.
But neither have I. Like I don't know. You might as well try it. Like,
But I'm
it's
glad.
not
I'm glad that I'm not the only person because Jason was like, man, I kind of wish the crew wasn't just like so flippant about it. And I was like, well, I'm sure after Rebecca plays it, that won't be the case. I was like, however, I still will be. So maybe you'll get the best of both worlds.
Well, I don't care about F-Zero. Not even a little bit. Not even a little
But
bit.
like,
love
see,
you,
that
Delvin.
was me. Like,
I
if you
love
had
you,
asked
Delvin.
me like a
Fuck
couple
yes.
weeks ago, I don't care.
Not
If
playing.
you asked me which franchises should be revived, I would have put F-Zero way at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, no, I
Just get
get it.
Excite Bike. Give me
Yeah.
Excite Bike. I don't
Excite Bike
Okay, it's
99,
above
I'd be
Excite
there.
Bike. No.
Oh, well, no.
Okay,
See,
whatever.
want, no,
Delvin,
absolutely not.
I love you so much.
Love you too.
This is the heel turn that I knew you had in you the whole time.
the Hogan leg
Anyway,
Oh my God, he's the third man.
I'm having fun with it. I play a couple rounds before I jump into a real game. Like, it's kind of
I'm not
like a
gonna-
warm up.
I felt terrible. Everybody's talking about it. It's all the buzz. I'm seeing people tweet about it, log into Shaq for questions. I'm seeing all these videos and people are loving it. Like, it's so good. I'm so happy. And I'm like,
Well, see,
I've
the
had a
thing is,
Nintendo
it's
show
gonna-
for almost 300 consecutive weeks. And in Nintendo Land, where everybody talks about the great days of Super Nintendo and Golden Sun and F-Zero, and here's how cool of a Nintendo fan I am. I'm like, no, fuck that shit. I don't want any of it.
Yeah.
I felt
Well,
so
it's
bad.
gonna
I was
have-
like,
it's
oh
having
God.
its moment. It's
It
so
is.
quick to get into matches right now, but I think after a couple months, it's going to take longer to populate. Also, my one pet peeve is that so they let you pick between two maps when you're like in the waiting room, to get in, and you can vote for one or the other one. You have like 5 seconds to vote. Can people, this is just like a PSA, can y'all people pick something other than
people.
New City or Big Blue? I'm putting this out to the people, not to Donnie, not to Delvin. This is you people. I want to play Deathwind.
Very
I want to
uncomfortable.
play anything besides Big Blue.
It's Splatoon all over again. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah.
The Moray Tower's going down.
I'm still going to work towards my number 1 win, and then I'm probably never going to play it again.
Oh, really?
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm surprised with how well
Probably not.
I guess it's doing. But I say all the things that I say, and I'm still not going to play it, but I'm happy to see other people are enjoying it. I'm happy to see at least that it didn't just fall flat. I like when people are enjoying
Yeah.
their games. So I'm happy to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Glad it's
I may not always be able to join you in your hype and fun, and that's okay. But I'm happy that people out there are happy. Unless it's Garrett.
Yeah.
And then, it's a road too far.
Then we wish misery on him. There you go. Misery and pain.
Okay. Popcorn Donnie, what are you playing?
All kinds of things, but the mostly I'm playing Retro Bowl, which I know and I don't think anybody in Shackland wants to hear anymore. Long story short of it, my son spent all day redoing all of the uniforms and rosters in Retro Bowl to make them college football teams. So now it's like a brand new game, and now I'm playing it like all over again. So we've been deep
Good.
into Retro Bowl, which is hilarious. As Delvin already knows this, 2 days after we recorded PSVG and I told this story, they released Retro Bowl College on mobile phones. And
Oh
I
my
sent Jack
God.
the trailer, and he's like, "Are you kidding me?" But I've been doing
Do
that.
you not import your stuff onto other versions?
Well, it's not available on Switch yet. It was my first comment to them was like, please bring this to Switch.
Oh.
It's only on. So you can play it on that new iPhone of yours, but you can't play it on the Switch. I played. This is weird. I think it's just nostalgia. I started playing Fire Emblem Warriors again. Like just Fire Emblem Warriors, not Three Hopes or anything, just like the one that came out in 2017. And
That's okay.
I don't know. I feel like I haven't had it hasn't been that long since Engage, but like I just been feeling the urge to play some Fire Emblem. And I really kind of wanted to play something with like my Fire Emblem characters in it, like Marth and Camilla and Corrin and stuff. Like I wanted to play something, with some ties, not a bunch of new characters or the Three Houses kids or anything like that. So I started playing that again, and I was kind of wondering if years later, if I would think differently on it. And I haven't played enough to really weigh in on that. I played like 4 maps. But I will say, I think the game looks better than I remembered it being. I'm not sure if they've touched up or at all. And I'm not sure if it's just like my little adapters are making it better, but it's like it's shinier and whatnot. The main characters are still just annoying. So I think that's ultimately my biggest takeaway from that is I wish they just weren't there. But now that I'm playing it, because I've never went back to play it since I beat it. Now that I'm playing it, after having already completed it once, now I can swap the main characters for like anybody at any time. So I only have to deal with these kids during the cutscenes, which isn't so bad.
Not too bad.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep playing that. I did play the demos, like all the demos that are out there. Which I can't even remember the damn name of the game. The first one that I was gonna talk about. That Nope game. I talked to you guys about it last week. It's the Only Hope, No Hope, something Hope, Nope Hope, whatever the hell that damn game was. It was in the direct. There's a demo on the eShop. It was in the direct, the big direct before the last one. And remember, Rebecca, it has like the chibi RPG game that we were talking about. And I was like, I'm kind of interested. I think it's Little Hope. Is that it? Or was that a Man in the Dan game?
That can't be it. That's a Man in the Dan game.
That's what I was thinking. I might be confused with the name. Anyway, it's pretty fun. It's not great. I think they're selling it for like $40 or $50, and you jump down into this hole, and then you go on like a dungeon run. You go on like a run. You kill enemies, you collect things and all that. Then you reach the end, and then you come back up top, and then you use all that stuff you got to make new swords and better weapons and upgrade, and then you go do it again. You do it again. You do it again, and the further and further you do it, you kind of progress the story. It's more like a dungeon raider than like a JRPG. And it's fun, and it looks pretty decent. Like I actually was like, this is better than I thought it'd be, but I just think it's kind of, I'm not gonna like oversell it. I think it's like gaming filler. Like if this was like, it feels like a $20 game, you know. If you were to just play it, like, you know, you'd play it, but you'd probably play it and never really remember it again. I think it's more like that than anything else. I also played Star Ocean, which also has a demo. Have you guys been tracking? That was in the direct, the Star Ocean Type R remastered thing that they're doing.
I haven't played it yet, but I'm interested in it because I used to love Star Ocean.
That might be the prettiest game I've seen on Switch. And I would like Rebecca to try the demo because it has like sprite work and it has like this 2D HD thing. It's like the Octopath kind of thing. Yeah. And this is not a game. I've never played Star Ocean. I don't even know what it was. It was in the direct and it had the demo, and I was like, I should try the demo. I'm not really playing anything on Switch. I'm playing Cyberpunk, really. So I was like, I'm going to download the demo and play it. It's gorgeous. Now, it is super slow and talkative in this demo, like out of the gate. I felt like I was playing this thing for like an hour before I got to do anything. I was like, oh my God, I don't care. I just started skipping entire dialogue. I was like, if I ever get this game, I'll replay this. But right now, I just want to fight something. Will you please shut up? But outside of that, it's really pretty and it's fun. And I didn't realize it's action combat oriented. It's not just a turn-based RPG. Like when I see these sorts of games in the trailers and stuff, I just kind of roll my eyes and think, oh, it's turn-based RPG. These aren't for me. Garrett Game, right? We all do this. We do it live. Hashtag Garrett Game. And then I started playing and I was like, this actually could be for me maybe a little bit. I'm not going to go as far as saying I'm going to buy this game day one. I'm not doing that. But like, if it goes on sale, if there's a lull, like, do I see myself playing this game one day in the future? Kind of, because it's beautiful and and it's kind of fun to play. I was like, oh, it's been a minute since I've played a demo that turned me on to a game. It's usually the opposite. I think playing this demo has made me consider buying a game that I'd never considered before. I'll put it this way. If you were playing Dragon Quest Monsters, stop. If you're planning on buying Dragon Quest Monsters, stop. Get Star Ocean. This game is 1,000 times better than Dragon Quest Monsters. That demo was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, this is much better. This is a much better game.
Donnie, I will download the demo and try it if you download the demo and just look at. You don't have to finish the demo. Just look at Sea of Stars and tell me that's not the most beautiful game on Switch.
Okay, I can do that.
You don't have to even play the demo. Just walk around.
Okay. I mean, I can try it, but it's still turn-based though, right? That is that turn-based Chrono Trigger game.
I'm not saying you will like the game. I want you to use your eyeballs and see it as
just see the visuals. I can do that. Yeah, this game is. I mean, it is that game Star Ocean. I was like, this is a pretty game. Yeah, this is really nice. It's kind of like this, and I feel like I'm describing what 2D HD is, but for me, I feel like it hits a little bit different than the other games that I've seen. Like with the sprite, where it feels like it's like kind of like a converging of worlds, which again 2D HD. I don't know why, but it hits differently for me. Looks great, even in handheld, even portably.
Ooh, it's on.
really
Wait,
pretty.
which Star Ocean is it?
I forget what it's called. It's Star Ocean Type R. It's not out yet, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Because the first one is $8 on sale.
No, I think this is going to be like a $60 game. Star Ocean, the Second Story R is what it's called.
Okay. Star Ocean First Departure R is normally $20. It's on sale for $8.
Yeah. I've never played it. It kind of won me over. I did try Dave the Diver, and I didn't like that as much as I kind of hoped I would. So,
Okay.
yeah, I just kind of was like, oh, well, I get it, but it's not as exciting as maybe I thought it was when I first saw it after hearing all the hype. Didn't really click with me, so I kind of bounced from that one pretty early. So that's it. I've just been kind of messing around with Retro Bowl. I'm playing some Fire Emblem, like kind of as like a palate cleanser in between games. But like, I don't know you guys, but like for me with the releases, I'm kind of not doing much on Switch lately, kind of until Mario, just because there's so many things that are coming out. Like I've got Cyberpunk, Mirage is on the way, Forza's about to hit Game Pass. Then Mario drops in late October, then Call of Duty. Like, I don't have a whole lot on my like Switch to-do list right now.
That makes sense. Because you finished all the things you need to finish. So,
Yeah. I've kind of played a lot of those things. I'm just kind of waiting on more games now. I thought Star Ocean. I might. Kind of tempted, maybe.
It's a good idea.
Do it.
You like it.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Anything else? Delvin, anything?
I haven't been playing anything because my week has been a complete, absolute mess. As we speak, because earlier this week, I had a roof leak, and I stay in an apartment building. Like it's a 2-story apartment building. And the roof leak caused the wall of my kitchen to cave in. So now I have to go up there and replaster and put the sheetrock in for that wall.
Goodness gracious.
Oh my God.
Yes. So
that's
going to be fun. I'm going to do that after this episode's over with. But
Gotta love
besides that, I've been watching like movies.
Home ownership, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why ain't your landlord doing that?
Because I am the landlord.
Yeah, he is. We are the landlord.
We are the landlord,
Oh, you said apartment.
Yeah. It is. It's the bottom part of the apartment where I'm at now is the business, and the upstairs is where I live at. And we are the landlord.
Okay. I thought you were renting.
No.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. But I've just
sorry.
been mostly watching movies because for those who don't know, Decade of Horror is coming up.
Yes, it is.
So start watching your horror movies. Start getting ready. I'm strapping in with Donnie. I probably shouldn't say strapping in. That sounds a little weird.
Oof. Whoa.
Oof.
Whoa.
No. I will be appearing on the podcast to talk about horror movies. Yes.
I'm excited. We're
Decade of
recording
Horror is
this
coming.
upcoming week. We'll give you all of our favorite horror movies of the year, our watch list. So you'll be in. Now I'll tell you this now, Delvin. Make sure you have a list, because most years we've never done like lists, but every year Sean like tries to keep track of what we're doing. So this year we'll actually release lists in the show notes. So if anybody wants to like just watch those things, the list will be there for you to just take with you into October. You can just start picking off the list and just play what you want.
Also, I'll let Donnie know this. I watched, because I bought it this week, the 4K remaster of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The original one.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie does not hold up.
You don't like it?
I'm not digging it. It's like I
Might be one of my
and
favorite
there's-
horror movies of all time.
I think the second one, I'm going to watch the second one this week. I think the second one probably will hold up better. But there are certain parts of the first one, like, that's a little weird. Like the whole ending scene.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not. My wife and I watched it for for her first time watching Texas Chainsaw a couple years ago, I think maybe 2 years ago. It's her first time watching the original. And she's been terrified her entire life watching this movie because so often this movie has like a reputation and people build it up to be something it's not in their head. They think it's like Hostel or Saw, and it's like, it's not that at all. It's not that gory. It's more implied violence. You know, it's more like a giallo, like it kind of cuts away like at the most opportune time. So your brain kind of fills in the details. That's really, but it's also like,
Exactly.
you know, so old. It kind of really got that whole thing started. I kind of appreciate it for more of its influence more than anything else. Like as a movie
Very
itself
campy.
is acting and character development. It's not superb.
Yeah. The scene at the ending where Leatherface is chasing after the people and then the truck driver just disappears. Like, what happened to him? He's just gone. Like, they don't even reference it again. Like, he chases after like 3 people and one of them just disappears and you never hear about him again. Like, what happened to him? He's just gone. Just never heard of. He doesn't get killed. And he's like this fat, slow guy, so he couldn't have went too far. Like, it's elements of the movies that's just straight up bad, but it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. I always gonna laugh at it. But Rebecca, do you have a favorite horror movie?
No.
Damn, just shot down. Damn, just ruined right out of the get go.
Sorry.
She's like me with
Do you
F-Zero.
watch any horror movies, Rebecca?
Yeah.
What do you ever watch?
What's the one? What's the one where they Paranormal Activity? Was that the
I
one
love
where
those.
they like
Yeah.
found like the video?
Mhm.
Like that was fine.
Those are great.
Editing. We'll absolutely be getting an update. Isn't that the one that looks horrible?
Yeah,
Everyone's
Yes.
like making fun of like the faces and shit.
yeah. If you put them side by side, it's pretty rough.
It looks atrocious. Okay, so we'll absolutely be getting an update. A number of the concerns of the issues that had come up will absolutely be addressed, he says. It would have been ideal for us to have released the version that we absolutely wanted. How many times is this man going to use the word absolutely? But anything that we're finding a problem
Absolutely.
with is on our list, and it is going to be fixed.
No, it's not.
The Switch version of
No,
Mortal Kombat
absolutely
1
not.
will be supported like we did with 11. He noted anything that we see that is not acceptable will absolutely be addressed.
It absolutely will not be.
It's just amount of times to
No,
say
it's not.
absolutely.
It absolutely will not.
Counterpart, I agree with you. I'm ashamed of Ed Boon. This is trash.
Well, they didn't do this though. This isn't NetherRealm. This is who did the Saber, right? Saber Interactive.
I think it was. This is
Yeah.
awful.
It looks like, I mean, that's kind of par for the course when Saber Interactive does games on Switch. They cut the resolution down, they cut the frame rate in half. It's not great. I mean, I would assume that they'll try to make improvements where they can. Mortal Kombat 11 is decent on Switch.
Yeah, that's the problem. This is
Yeah, and I think that
worse.
it's worse. But this is a much like bigger modern game that they're trying to adapt down to Switch. I'm actually kind of surprised there was a Switch version. I'm kind of more in the lines. I'm like, I'm sure they'll try to make it better as where they can, but like, this is kind of what I would have expected when they were like Mortal Kombat 1 is coming to Switch.
I thought it would have been more closer to the Mortal Kombat 11 on Switch, and I was excited because I would have bought a Switch version to play it, just to have a handheld version of Mortal Kombat because I love Mortal Kombat, and then seeing the reviews, then seeing gameplay, like, ugh, this is not the Mortal Kombat I want. So it's like, nah, it's disappointing, and it's like, I wanted. This is my thing with Switch games. Like when there's games like this, I feel like this way about NBA 2K. I just want working, decent Switch ports. Like not half-assed, not terrible, just decent, so I can carry the game with me. I would gladly pay for a game twice, like a Switch version and my PS5 version or Xbox version, just to have a working, fun version of it. I own the AEW game on Switch because I wanted a version I can take with me places. I like having, plus I like having the Switch carts. I love the Switch carts and stuff like that. So when I get a Switch port that's subpar, it annoys the hell out of me. I'm like, ugh, just either don't release it or release it when it's ready. That's all.
Yeah.
I
Don't
just
do
didn't have
this.
I didn't have
Don't do
big
this.
expectations for it.
Don't be like, hey, Here's this broken ass game. We'll fix it when we fix it. Yeah, we know it's broken. We'll get to it eventually. Like, nah.
There's a lot of
I
that
don't
on the
like that.
Switch.
It's got the hair like The Witcher has. You know, like that PS3 like hair where everything just kind of looks like it's just kind of noodly and whatnot. It's got the dead eyes.
But The
They all look like Bethesda characters. Like when you stare
Witcher's
into their
decent on
soul.
Switch, though.
You know. But I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's awful. I don't think this is terrible. Like it looks playable. I mean, the eyes and the face and stuff, the cutscenes are really where it struggles. But the gameplay, when you're playing Mortal Kombat, it looks like Mortal Kombat. It's the details, right? It's the finer details. It's like the blood, it's the textures and the faces and the eye recognition, the hair and stuff like that. That's where it's all bad. This isn't the worst Switch port I've ever seen.
No, that would be WWE 2K.
That was bad. Yeah, this isn't this bad.
That didn't.
The Outer Worlds,
Outer Worlds was rough too. Like, ooh.
yeah. So it's not that bad, but it's not good either. It makes you wonder if they should have even released it. Maybe held it for the better console.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that too. Okay, just hold it till Switch 2 comes out.
Yeah.
People would have bought it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if they fix it.
We'll see.
They won't.
Press exit out.
Some other headlines from this week. Pokemon Part 1 of the DLC. It is currently sitting at a 65 on Metacritic, just lower than Sword and Shield's DLC Part 1, which is at a 69.
Nice.
I know none of us three have gotten it or plan to get it.
Absolutely not.
I might play F-Zero first before I ever dive into it. Like that's how far down the damn totem pole this is. Pokemon's got
I saw some love for the little mascot of the Teal Mask, the new Pokemon. Apparently, it is a very good new Pokemon. It was like a main character. Remember how like Cosmog, Nebby, and Sun and Moon was like the legendary mascot of that game? It was like in the story.
Yeah.
A lot of people are showing love for that character.
Is that what's in the comment here from G-Man? Is it ogre porn?
Oh,
Ogre porn.
that's what it's called.
I think so.
Orgerpon,
Ogre. Yeah, that does look like ogre porn.
right?
That definitely changes the the Pokemon experience.
Whoa!
Ogre porn, go!
Um,
No.
But other than that, I don't think there was anything too exciting about it. Apparently, Part 2 is going to be like the meat of the DLC, so we'll see. But I'm still not going to get it.
Pokemon has to do some serious changes to, I think, win me back at this point. Like their next big Pokemon game, like I'm gonna have to see some progress because if not, that might be just it for me. If they're gonna come out with like more of the same,
I'm sure I'll still get the main base, like the base game of Gen 10, but I don't really care about the DLC.
probably gonna eat those words, but you guys can hold me to it. But like right now, I just don't have. I got my unrelated. I got my Pokemon 151 packs, but did you guys know that Pokemon Classic went on sale and immediately sold out in seconds?
What's Pokemon Classic? Is that
that's that thing they showed with the big, like the big play set and the damage counters and the old decks and all that?
Wanted it.
Yeah, I wanted it bad. It came up for pre-order this week for $400 and sold out in seconds.
Woo!
That's not worth it.
No, it's not. 400 made me question if I would get it or not. But like, had I had the opportunity to get it, I probably would have locked in a pre-order just to debate, just to see if I would keep it. Like, just to, do I really want it this bad? Do I want to cancel? But like, I didn't even have the opportunity. Like seconds. It was seconds. Seconds after it went live. Like I saw a Reddit. It was like 16 minutes. It was like
crazy.
Pokemon, whatever, the card game classic is available for pre-order. And it was posted like 6 minutes ago. And like, there were thousands of comments. Like, how can it be gone already? Like it came up and went and everywhere. Best Buy, Walmart, it's all gone.
I feel like they had to have known that it was going to have such a like huge staggering demand.
I feel so bad. I feel upset that it was so much money that I questioned whether or not I would get it. And I'm upset that I didn't get it. Like on
Well,
both
you should
sides, I'm
feel
like,
glad that you saved $400.
yeah,
Girl
but I
math,
don't
You
because I
made
really want one.
$400 today.
I
That's
know.
girl
Now he's gonna look
math.
on the internet
It's true.
and see it for like $800. He's gonna be mad.
Yeah, I really want one. I really wanted one. And you know,
So
and
what
I
you're
did
saying
have.
is you lost $400 because you didn't get one to flip for 800.
That's boy math. There you go.
That's correct. Yeah. There you go. Exactly. I knew that was coming.
Oh man,
I
it
know my
sucks.
boy.
And I did feel that Delvin. I probably wouldn't have gotten anyway because we have an ice machine and our ice machine went out, so I had to buy a freezer this week. I just went the opposite way. I was like, okay, no more ice machine. I'm just gonna get a freezer and actually have like ice, like all around. So
That makes sense.
yeah, I'm doing that too. So, but bummed.
You have a freezer?
No, we have a freezer. No, we have a freezer. Our kitchen doesn't have a hookup for the ice machine in our refrigerator. So to bypass it, we've had an ice machine that we put water in and it makes ice continuously. We've had it for years, and it just.
Why don't
crapped
you
the
get
bed.
one of those ice trays where you pour the water in and it's
Yeah, we had them, but we don't always want to keep filling ice trays and all that all over again. So the ice machines are expensive. I'm not sure if anybody's ever looked into them. Like they're hundreds of. It's an appliance. And I was like, you know what? For this much money, I'll just buy a freezer that I put in the garage and we'll put the ice trays in it and we'll have bags of ice and we'll have more room for more freezer and all that. So I had to do that as well. So there went all my Pokemon the card game money anyway, making matters worse. It's like I can't even afford this damn.
So what you're
Card
saying
game?
is you
A
basically
card
got
game?
a free freezer.
A
You got
free
a
freezer.
freezer for free because you saved the money that you would have bought on the Pokemon cards. That's girl math.
Well,
Hated
look at it. Yeah.
I hate it.
Free freezer.
I can't believe the cards cost this much now. Card games. Because these people that get it, they're never going to open it. They're going to like hang it on a wall and they're never going to like, I wanted to use it. I want it for the card game. Like to us, it's a board game. We want to play the game.
Most people
They
won't.
know people.
No,
like
they
that.
never will. It's just like the damn amiibos. They're like, look at the collection that I have. Like nobody cares. I want to play the game. I'm so upset.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, Pokemon
Maybe they'll restock more in a few months.
stays kicking me in the damn head.
So yeah, that's the Pokemon DLC. Baton Kaitos, however you say it, 1 and 2 HD remaster came out very quietly, is sitting at an 80 on Metacritic. So I guess get that instead of the Pokemon DLC.
There you go.
Nintendo World Report and Digital Foundry suggest that Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door will run at 30 frames per second based on the footage in the trailer. That's so funny because didn't the original run at 60?
You did. Yep. And a lot of people
Wow.
are upset about that.
Wow.
I'm not.
Hey, well, it could change, right? That doesn't mean it's going to be
It
like that
could.
at release.
Yep.
It's still
We
like
don't
a
even know
year
when it's
away,
releasing.
isn't it?
It could
Yeah.
change. I don't expect that it will.
It's just the trailer.
I don't think it'll change.
Do you need the extra frame for Paper Mario?
That's it.
I don't-
There's
I
not
don't
a
feel like you
game.
do.
My immediate reaction to this when I saw the tweet and then the headlines and the blog start writing about it, and I was like, I honestly don't think, and you know me, I love performance. There might not be a game that I could care less about frames in than a Mario RPG. It's such
It's
a slow
turn-based
game.
RPG.
Yeah, like, and I was, and somebody was like, yeah, but if there's less frames, that means you have less reaction time to react. I was like,
It's not
if,
more time, but you should be able to see it more precisely when to react.
in my head, I was like, well, they can adjust that. Like, that's not specifically solely on frame rate, right? Like, they could just make that window longer. It's
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
can fix that. That has nothing. Like, that's
Yeah.
fine. But I mean, I played Origami King and Color Splash, and they were at 30, and I have never cared. Because those games are one, Origami King in particular is gorgeous. It's beautiful. And it's a slow game. I love performance and I
I'm
love
not
screaming about it and wanting it, but like this was such a non-topic for me. I was like, I don't think this matters.
You cared enough to put it in the notes.
Oh, that's because it was going around. I'm gonna address it and
Okay.
tell people how much I don't care.
People were mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Switch version for Evil Dead the game has been canceled.
Shocker.
Well, I don't even know what that
Surprised me at
is.
all.
Evil Dead?
Yeah.
You know what Evil Dead is? Or the game?
No. What? What's so funny, Delvin?
Because I watched me and Donnie's heart just break at you saying that. Evil Dead
I don't
Part
know
is
what this
horrifying.
Crushing my
obscure
soul.
Evil Dead the game is. Oh, it's a horror movie series. That's why I don't know what it is.
It's a franchise.
Been
It's
canceled.
a franchise.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
No more Switch.
The greatest
Yeah.
indie horror game of or indie horror movie of all time.
Game was mid.
Well, maybe it should stick to the movies and not the games. If the games.
That's fair take.
Clearly.
That's why I never bought the game because I was
Clearly.
like, this doesn't look that great.
Clearly, that's the problem.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, John. This
Here
is
is some more
my
exciting
weekly
news.
Sunday reminder. We are old.
More exciting
I
news.
watched Donnie, like, you ever watched the GIF?
My soul just leave my body.
When
Yeah,
Lisa, yes, when Lisa breaks what his name's heart. That's how Donnie looked.
pretty much. I have an Evil Dead shrine in my home. She's
Yes.
like, "What's Evil Dead?"
What's Evil Dead?
Atari is releasing a roguelite haunted house reimagining on the Switch on October 12th.
Now Donnie's
That's
gonna break my
exciting.
heart. You remember
Well,
the Haunted
yeah.
House game, Donnie?
I put this is only on these notes because of you, my friend. After talking about that Atari
Donnie-
50,
We was on PSVG and Donnie mocked this game for like 30 minutes.
just clown the shit out of it.
The,
You seen that the first
the
one is
original
terrible.
Haunted House game.
Ugh.
It does look
Because it's
pretty
like the first horror game.
basic.
And it's
This
it
new
was
one
on the,
does look. This new one isn't that, but it also looks like kind of like a flash, like a browser game.
Yeah, it kind of does.
yeah, it
Like
has
those
looked better
Dora
than the
games we were
original.
making
The
fun
original
of.
was just- yes, the original one was literally just dots.
It was dots. Rebecca, you should look up the original Haunted
I
House.
did.
on
I'm
Atari.
looking at
Okay.
it right now.
It
Yeah.
was awful.
And I'm
It
looking
was
at
like
the remake.
there was an Atari 50 collection that came out that Delvin was going on about, and I was looking up the games as he was talking about. I was like, "This looks like trash." And then you may not know this, Rebecca.
Time, it was
Then
state-of-the-art.
I was invited by Chris and Pals to go on the Player One podcast, and then I trashed that game on their show. And they know the damn developers. And they had
Yes.
early access and everything. And I was like, guys, come on. We're not really sitting here talking about Atari all night, are we? And they were like, yeah, that's the show. I'll never be invited back, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that it's
They-
never going to
they
happen.
Clearly picked the wrong member of PSVG to have on that show.
And I do love those guys, and I still listen. But I'm actually kind of proud. Guys, know if you know this about me, I'm not putting it on for anybody. I'm not going to go to some show and act like I like Atari games.
That's so funny.
You should invite this member of PSVG to put it on.
That's true.
I will lie to you. I'm like, yeah, that's a great game. No, goddamn well, I don't like it.
No way.
Audience gonna
No
tell you the
way.
truth.
Like this is you got to be kidding me, right? Look at this thing. And I was actually even on their show. I was like, look at it. We were going through it one at a time. It's like, look at this. You can't tell me this is good.
Yeah, that is literally what he
So
did. I listened to
rude.
the episode like, oh my god. He's a
I'm sorry. I don't know any better. It's not intentional. I'm not trying to be an asshole. It just is. It's how I am. It's why I don't go out much. It's why I don't be around people much, you know?
Wow.
This is
I'm sorry.
This is why we have no video game connections. Shits on things. This is what you brought me on here for?
The developers are probably listening to the podcast going like, what the fuck? Why did you invite this guy?
They
to
did issue an
shit on
apology
Atari?
in their comments. People are like, why did we invite this?
Episode just didn't release. They re-recorded it.
They just pulled it as a ghost episode. Oh.
This is the game you were talking about earlier, thinking it was something else. The Dark Pictures anthology, Little Hope. It's
Yeah.
releasing on the Switch next month.
Yep.
On October 5th.
Get hyped, Delvin.
I'm gonna buy it.
Of course you are.
Of course, I love them. I love these games, so I would definitely play it on Switch and have it.
Isn't this the same guys who make the ones that I like?
Hmm.
They made Until Dawn.
Until
They made
Dawn.
Man of Medan,
Quarry.
which Donnie hates.
Because it's terrible.
The Quarry, yes.
Ugh,
I
also
like
not
Little
good.
Hope. I like Little Hope a lot.
You like Until Dawn?
I do. Loved it.
That's the only
Right.
one he liked.
Yep. The other ones are
Oh my
mid.
god,
All
not
the
that actor. Oh my god, that guy, the eyebrows guy. Oh my god, he's in it.
Yes, the eyebrows guy.
I would never be able to take that seriously. I'm going to be laughing at every cutscene in this game, I'm telling you. I can't do it. It's the
Probably.
eyebrows guy from We're the Millers.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is one of the main characters.
And the Maze
But
Runner.
I like Little Hope a lot. I saw
No,
Little Hope.
eyebrows. I
It was
can't
good
do it. He looks like Sid from Toy Story.
I hope the.
He really does
well,
like
no, I'm
Sid.
not going to wish. I hope your version of the Switch game doesn't run well, Delvin. I hope it runs well for everybody else. Like, I'm knowing how these games released on consoles. I'm like, there can't be a good way that this comes to Switch. Like, it can't be possible.
You might be right.
You think Mortal
The
Kombat
last
was
one
bad?
played pretty good.
Did it?
Will Porter. Yeah, that's his name. Mortal Kombat was.
Look him up. It's Sid from Toy Story. Tell me I'm wrong.
I have a funny.
Yes.
I got to send you a TikTok
He's-
about that, Rebecca.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy as can't remember the guy's name, but he had a huge role in Guardians of the Galaxy.
John 32. That poor actor, eyebrows guy.
I typed in eyebrows guy into Google and he came up.
He came up.
No,
Damn.
eyebrows
Oh
actor.
no.
Eyebrows actor is what I typed in.
Oof. We'll see. I mean, it is the season, right? That's what we're seeing is all these Halloween games starting to pop up. Everybody's kind of like holding on to these things and porting things over. And maybe other people will find it. If you like Little Hope and Man of Medan and all that, I wish you the best. The Dark Pictures anthology is so overrated.
I love him.
I can't believe so many of these
Oh,
games
it's
get
overrated. I
canceled
think it's
and
rated.
fired and all this stuff, and these people just keep releasing damn games.
Because people like him and people buy him.
Mm,
They have a dedicated audience.
press X to doubt.
Me?
It's
Yeah,
just
a couple
you.
of
You're
people.
buying every version of the game.
They're usually
Nah, I
good
don't
games to stream. I know a lot of people stream
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
that
People buy
series.
I just don't think the
Also,
more
I
I've
don't-
played, because I played them all, and the Corey was like the nail. Like I wrote it off after that. I just think Until Dawn was like
It
a
was
time.
not that bad.
It
Like, yes,
was.
Until Dawn was better, but I think you are exaggerating how bad it was.
Not.
He is.
Not.
He is. The
I
one
enjoyed
after
it.
The Quarry, I think is better than the Quarry. I can't remember the name of it right now. But it was the one that was based off of kind of like Saw. I can't remember the name of it. Why can't it escaping me? Was the now I have to look this up.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
XPS
like
says you really
that
enjoyed the
Ariel
Corey as
Winter
well.
was in it. She's amazing. I love her.
The
so
Devil
much.
in Me. There you go.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
I like that
Yeah,
one. a
Lynn
lot.
Shay is also in the Corey. She's amazing.
Yeah. So I don't know why you hated it so much. You're just a hater.
That's
Well, he
fine.
is.
I'm
But
fine to
he's
take
all
that. I mean, I'll tell you why. I already did on PSVG. I didn't like several of the outcomes. I didn't like the movement mechanics of the game. There were multiple times when being actively chased by a killer that I tried to kill off members of the team and couldn't and wouldn't be allowed to. Like the game just overwrote my choices. There's this one part of is that the same one where you're stuck in the jail cell? Is that coming back to
Yeah.
mind? Where you're in
Yeah.
jail, locked up, and then you get freely out of jail, and then you willingly go and sit back in the jail cell? There's a lot not to like, guys, but sure.
Well,
I'm
I
a
mean,
hater.
let's be real. Let's be real. The jail cell was safer. The thing couldn't get in.
She didn't try to check a window or anything. She's like, no, let's
Yeah,
just go back and
because
close
there's
the door.
dangerous monsters out there. The jail
Okay.
cell at least was safety.
Everybody died in
that's
the
the thing
jail.
about Donnie.
The girl had one eye.
No.
Donnie plays these games to kill everyone.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
played for
no,
them to
no.
survive.
No.
Me too.
No, absolutely
And
not.
mine end up dying anyway.
And I tried to do that. They're like, do you want to hit this branch? I was like, yep, and fall down and trip and everything. And they were like, and she lived. I was like, I hate this game.
Because it's not supposed to be predictable. There are some cases where you do everything right and they still die. If it was like you knew what was gonna that I think that you're wrong.
Okay, that's fine. I'll
Have you
live in
played
my
the Devil in Me,
wrongness, but
Donnie?
I hate that game. I was so upset.
Because you're
and so
supposed to,
excited.
if you trip on the branch, you're supposed to be like, oh no, I messed up. Oh my God, I'm going to die. And then like, it's like subverting expectations. Like it's not supposed to go exactly how.
Yeah, but I kept subverting expectations and kept. That was just one example of that happening over and over and over again.
Anyway, a lot
think
of mine
you might like
died,
the
so
demo
I don't
be
know
a
what you're
little
talking
more.
about.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Sorry.
It was a big letdown, and I wanted to love it so much.
Dragon Quest creator Yuji Horii told the Japanese gaming magazine, which one, that development on the long-awaited 2D HD remake of the classic Dragon Quest III is progressing quite steadily.
I think that was Famitsu, but you're right. I should have wrote that, and I didn't.
Probably. Yeah, no.
It was
That's like the
translated
one.
via different blog. It's Famitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first that I've heard about this game in years. I thought this game might have been like canceled or whatnot. Like they talked about they were doing this Dragon Quest 2D HD game, and I was so excited, and then just nothing for a long.
I
for
remember.
years.
I thought that came out already.
Right. Yeah. It just went away and never came back. And then like lo and behold, TGS, they're like, we're still working on it. I'm like, okay, well that's at least good to know, I guess. Because I
I'm glad they said
wanted to buy it.
something.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Pikmin 1 and 2, the physical version is available now.
Yeah.
The digital versions came out some time ago, but they said wait till September for the physicals. It is now available if you want to get it. They're both on one cart.
I'm gonna get one of those one day.
So I'll probably get it for him.
Yeah, I'll probably get it eventually.
Black Friday or something.
Yeah. I want to play 2. I don't really care about playing 1. I just want to play 2.
Yeah. I just kind of want to have them all kind of all collectively in one system, one cart.
I'm not done playing 4 yet. I still have more stuff that I want to do in the post game of 4.
Yeah. I played that last week too when we did the direct. I was going to talk about it, but I played through the next world. Like every so often, I'll just kind of go back and start roaming
enjoying
around
it?
and get into it again, and then still enjoying it. Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a good game. One of my games of the year. Data miners say that more tracks and modes are on the way to F-Zero 99. I don't think that's too much of a surprise. It seems like
I would hope so.
there's plenty of room for them to like be kind of trickling content into it to keep people coming back to it, which I think is a smart idea for that game.
I mean, I think
People to jump back in.
at least from the initial buzz, and we'll see how long they can keep the trail going. But like, I'll say just something nice about it. A really good way of like kind of revitalizing that franchise, right?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Nintendo announced the other night that the next NSO game is Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, coming to the, I want to say, is the Game Boy Advance library. So you need your expansion pack to play it when it comes on the 29th this upcoming week. Thank God. It has almost been 10 minutes since they released some kind of Kirby content on the Switch.
Need that Kirby stuff.
Yeah. No, but I heard this is a good game. It's a Metroidvania,
I never played it. I don't know.
is what people are telling me, and it also allows for up to 4-player multiplayer. So
That's cool.
This is apparently a good game. Yeah.
I don't have
the
expansion
G-Man
pack
thinks
either.
about it.
So
But you will when you want to try out all the Mario Kart courses later this year,
I bought the
when you get it for a month.
pass. I just
Oh,
bought
so
the
you do have
expansion. No, I'm sorry. I bought the Mario
Kart.
content. I just bought it. I was like, I'll just
Oh,
buy the
okay.
DLC instead.
Got it.
I'm that weird guy, apparently.
Yeah, a little bit. And then finally, they showed off a new overview trailer for Super Mario Wonder. Anything
Yeah.
good there? I didn't watch it.
It's more of the same, but I do think they did a better job of showing off online modes and multiplayer. Like they showed you lobbying up with your friends and playing the level at the same time. You're not playing together. You can't like, throw each other off, but like you can party up with your friends and like see their invisible Mario running around as your Mario. And you can race each other and stuff. So I think when we first saw it and they first started describing it, I remember a lot of people talking about like how it was like just kind of random and all this stuff. And it's like, no, like if you want to play with your friends, you guys can kind of squad up and play. So if you wanted to say, stream Mario Wonder, you could have people play alongside you while you're playing it, and you could see them and stuff without them like ruining your game.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they talked about the world map and the different levels and the different biomes and stuff that they've got going on. It was a good overview. It was a good trailer. I didn't like rewatch it and study it or anything like that. I just watched it the one time when it came out. And just more or less solidified how excited I am for this game. Can't wait for it to come out.
Good. I'm glad. It's
I'm
exciting.
excited for it. I like Mario, so.
Yeah.
Why don't you hit us with some questions to cap the show?
Let's do it. Free to play Joe says, how do you think Nintendo feels about being mentioned? Or he asked this on PSVG, I forgot. About being mentioned in all the news this week surrounding the Xbox leak. Do you think they might pull away from working as close with Xbox as they have over the recent years? He specifically asked, he told me we could ask this on both. And I put this here because I wanted to hear what you thought, Rebecca.
Yeah, for those who don't know, there was a huge leak with Microsoft's email communications and whatnot with Xbox over the past several years.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point they had talked about how acquiring Nintendo would be like the ultimate get, and like they would be interested in that. And as we know, they try that back in like the 90s or like early 2000s, and Nintendo like just kind of like laughed. I think they're probably laughing to themselves again right now. Nintendo is sitting on a huge pile of money that if like the next console were to fail and the next console were to fail and the next console were to fail, they would still have money to keep going and trying.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think they're laughing about that. I don't really think it's affecting them too much. I don't think it's any reason for them to pull away from working closely with them, because working closely with them has its benefits for Nintendo. I don't think it's going to drastically change anything on the Nintendo side.
Yeah, I think you more or less echoed what I had to say as well. I don't think they were surprised that somebody would be interested in buying them. I think what I said in PSVG is anybody that could afford to buy Nintendo is probably considered trying to buy Nintendo, because they're somebody that's attractive and you would want them. I also don't think they would pull back from working with Xbox specific and more recently, because it looks like Xbox is about to finalize and close on Call of Duty. And I think that's a pretty big deal to Nintendo to bring that back.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to, never mind, screw it. No, I think they want Call of Duty. They're going to find a way, if it's possible, to make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, why wouldn't you want Nintendo? Nintendo has the IPs. They have the stuff that you
course.
want.
Everybody.
Like,
I don't
make
think that's
movies,
surprising. Everybody
TV
wants them.
shows.
It was a crazy reaction. People are like, I can't believe, like everybody that could buy Nintendo probably would love to buy Nintendo if given the option.
Especially since they tried in the past.
Yeah.
Or at least expressed interest in the past.
People acting like Sony wouldn't, or Apple wouldn't, or Disney wouldn't, or Amazon wouldn't. They all would. They all would. Everybody would.
Just for the IP alone, it'd be worth it.
Literally, yeah.
Mario,
Mm-hmm.
Zelda, Metroid, the movies you make the TV
They could sell
shows,
off
it's
the
just off of
movie
that.
rights to that IP and make a fortune. Just that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Joe writes in, who is your Smash main and why? I've had the opportunity to play Smash with Rebecca. Let me tell you, she holds her own. She's pretty damn good at the game.
I'm not really a big Smash fan.
I don't have a main per se. I kind of rotate a bunch of different characters, but if I had to pick one, it's probably Pikachu. Pikachu or Little
Pikachu
Mac.
is my main in Brawl. My main in Brawl was
Usually
Pikachu.
Mario.
My main in Wii U was Mega Man. And then in Ultimate, I usually would play as Zelda, Ridley, or Inkling.
I don't think I ever played as Ridley.
He's fun. I don't really like that game anymore. I never really liked it. I probably won't get the next one.
Interesting.
They'd have to do something to get me into the next one. If it was more of the same, I wouldn't get it either. But I liked when I play Mario games, if I can be Yoshi, I want to be Yoshi. So like Yoshi is my main character of Mario Party and Mario Kart and all those things. But I hate playing like Yoshi outside of that. But Pikachu has always been my main. I like his speed. I also like Little Mac's power. So I typically try to rotate between one of those. You be Delvin.
Usually Mario, Solid Snake, or Cloud.
Good choice.
Fox, yeah. Are you meaning Cloud as in Final Fantasy Cloud?
Well, actually, both of them. Now that you mentioned it.
You said Cloud, and for whatever reason in my head, I went Fox with Cloud.
Wow.
That's how little I think of
that's
Cloud.
right.
I didn't even register as the
Doesn't
ring. I was like,
respect Final
wait a
Fantasy.
second. No, there is a character named Cloud. Fuck me.
Yes.
This is how little I care about Final Fantasy.
He doesn't respect Final Fantasy at all.
I just
That's
read right over
embarrassing.
top of that.
I'm embarrassed for you. That's so funny.
When I tell you guys I don't like Cloud, it's not an act. It
I
took
was
me a minute.
wondering
I was
why
like,
you
oh
said
no, he's talking about
Fox.
the
I,
guy with the
looked
damn
at chat
sword
to
again.
see-
Oh shit.
I was like looking at chat to see like if somebody had said Fox.
Yeah, no, that's on me. That's on me. It's literally just where my head goes. I didn't, I'm like, obviously. Yeah. Oh, he actually meant actual Cloud. Oh shit, never mind. No, it's a much worse answer now, Delvin.
It's a better answer than Fox.
I like playing with Star Fox too, but Cloud.
I thought the same thing when they had that damn amiibo, and they're like, and here comes Sora. Oh god, here we go again. All of this again. Oh god.
Why are you here? This pisses me mad.
That was funny. Joe, thank you for asking this question, just for allowing this moment to be captured. That's good stuff.
Yes.
John32 says, how do you think Smash will be impacted by the acquisition of Nintendo by Microsoft?
See,
Then
first and foremost,
the Halo
Microsoft's
guy,
gonna get rid
what's
of
his
all
name?
these Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
Master Chief, just
Yeah.
no more Mario,
Master Chief,
just
yeah.
Master Chief. We're gonna have the Gears guys in there. We don't need any of these Nintendo losers.
The car.
Let's just put
There's
our
the
people
Forza
in
car.
there. The car from Forza. the airplane from
Microsoft Flight Sim.
Can we get the pinata from Viva Pinata?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, sure.
And
All-
just to top it off, Microsoft is going to remove Banjo-Kazooie from the game because
They'll
how
just take it
dare
back.
they recognize Banjo?
Exactly.
So I was going to say they remove all Fire Emblem games and replace them with nothing but rare characters.
Yes.
It's just like
That'd be
Joanna
cool.
Dark and more. People
They
see
should
that
do
as an
that though.
upgrade.
They should legitimately do something with rare IP because it is just sitting there collecting dust, and I'm upset.
Yeah, they're going to make
Absolutely
Everwild
not, 'cause
instead.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you the guy from Crackdown. Here you go. Here's the guy from Crackdown.
Like you said, this was meant to be a troll question, and somehow y'all answered it.
I think it's actually a good question.
That's funny. Kyle the Pug says, if you could put your co-host in any video game of your choosing, where would you put them? And would they be the protagonist or the antagonist or an NPC?
Donnie, you're an NPC that just yells at the clouds.
That's okay. That's cool. Am I in what game? Am I in like Zelda? Just yelling at the Skyloft?
You're in Atari's haunted house.
Oh God. How dare you do this to me?
That is great.
At least it's not F-Zero.
Delvin,
Could be
you're
worse.
the hero of some epic story.
Oh, look at
There's
this.
pretty women in the game.
Yeah.
Damn love
I'm
affair.
putting Rebecca in Animal Crossing. Let you go hang out with your people. Have
Thank
fun.
you. That would be
Putting
that would
Rebecca
be
in Doom.
lovely. Do you want to be in Animal Crossing with me and we can hang out?
I'm down with that. I like Animal Crossing.
I'm not. Donnie,
Deal
I'm
with
already going to hell.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
put me
about
there sooner.
Just don't send you there right away. Put Rebecca in Mario Mushroom Kingdom. She'll have to sit around with all her favorite friends just surrounded by toads. This is
No,
the first
I'll
game
go-
starts
I'll
like,
go-
Rebecca!
No, I'm going to Doom. No, we're going to Doom instead.
It's like, no, please send me to hell. No, just take this and stop.
Hell is better.
Oh, Yarden says after. Look at you guys with the questions. Yarden says after Xbox acquires Nintendo, what's the first crossover you want to see?
Put Samus Aran in Starfield.
Okay.
There you go. That's a good one.
I'd rather Samus and Joanna have a buddy cop game, but that's good.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna put Mario in Forza.
What? Just the Mario Kart?
Mario. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
Mario
cool.
Forza
That'd be
Kart.
pretty dope,
Can
actually.
we have Forza Kart with like bananas and shells?
Yeah. So Forza usually
idea.
does like expansions where they get like Hot Wheels or Lego expansions. Like, what if they had like a Mario Kart expansion? That would be amazing.
That could be fun.
It really would be. If it was like Forza Horizon, but Mario Kart, that'd be incredible.
I'd try it.
You know what?
Yeah. Maybe that's what the next Mario Kart should be.
Doesn't
It should
sound
be
too
like a
bad.
Forza clone. But Mario Kart, that'd be
Maybe I
awesome.
should buy them.
We're all talking to ourselves and we're like, wait a second, hang on. Hold up.
This is a bad idea.
Let them cook, y'all. I like the Annabelle, the Isabel Doom Guy crossover. It'd be fun to see that in
Yeah, we
action.
would need that.
Fun.
That would
We
be a
need
lot of
that
fun.
to happen.
Something crazy like that. I don't know where I could put Mario and Link for that matter. I don't really have anything. So I'll just leave it at that.
Princess Peach and Gears of War.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, she just takes
it
up
a gun.
she dons the cog gear and pulls up a lancer. It'd be badass. It's the game Rebecca's wanting.
Yes.
What
Go.
about Link in Fable?
Yeah, and I was in my head I was thinking that. Like that's possible,
Like,
I
that's
guess.
probably the closest match,
Yeah.
right?
That would be the
Might not
best
be
place.
perfect.
Yeah. G-Man says, what is the one game that puts you into fall? Personally, anything chill, like a good game to me that has a nice, cool fall atmosphere.
I don't know if y'all know this.
I'm very
have
excited to
fall
get
in
back
Miami.
into fall in Miami. Oh no.
We don't have.
See, I could
we have
never
summer,
somewhere.
In spring.
I
spring,
cannot.
and summer. That's it.
No. Delvin.
We don't have
I could not live
fall.
somewhere where the leaves don't change colors, where you don't have to put on your scarf and boots and pick pumpkins. I grew a pumpkin, guys.
That's
So
awesome.
last year I bought a pumpkin for my porch and I put it in like my garden while it was rotting before I discarded it. I don't even know if I discarded it. I just kind of let it rot there. And this year a pumpkin grew. I guess the seeds germinated. Is that the word? And
Close enough.
I have a really
it?
nice looking pumpkin now.
That's awesome. That's really nice.
I think that might
That's
just
awesome.
be for flowers, but yeah, and I'm very proud. And fall is my favorite season. I like going back into Animal Crossing and decorating for the fall. I love Halloween. I love like also just like the games that like are not necessarily fall related, but like give me fall vibes are like the original Life is Strange because it takes place in October.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Are you going to carve a jack-o'-lantern?
No, probably not. I just like to. Well, maybe I will because I like the seeds. I don't know. Not on my good pumpkin that I grew. Maybe a different pumpkin.
I don't really have games, I don't think, that put me in a fall mood, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Every fall, Call of Duty comes out.
Yeah, I mean, that's more of a time and
That's
place
the one.
thing. But you're right. Kind of think of Call of Duty
I
almost
just
like
wanna
like a
say-
Thanksgiving game. Kind of.
Yeah.
Can I just put out there that in chat, somebody whose first language is not English verified that germinated is the correct word for what I said.
Validation.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
I think mostly because I play too many like new releases. Like we're always kind of buying these new games that come out, so I'm always just playing like whatever's coming out that fall. So I don't think I have games that I think of as fall games. I'm not as into horror games as I am movies. I love horror video games. I grew up playing them, but like they don't scratch the same itch for me. So I don't like take October to play nothing but horror video games like I do games. So
I feel like there's a couple of games that always come out during fall, like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty. Sometimes I guess Watch Dogs is one of those. So that's every time I think of
Mario.
fall games, those are the ones that come to my head. Mario, yeah, there you go. Now,
I just think that's like all games come out in this quarter. Like this is the marquee quarter for selling video games. So like most of your major franchises are going to drop in this time frame. But I mean, you're not wrong. It's true.
Yeah.
I guess I just never really associate them with fall. It'd be more like what Rebecca's thinking, like a game that's set in fall or has seasons. Games that change seasons, maybe. I don't know. I don't have a good answer.
Stardew Valley.
Probably.
Yeah. The Don Rob says, I recently played Inscription, which you've mentioned in one of your recent podcasts, and I loved it. The dark aesthetic coupled with the addicting card play was so much fun. Then the game totally flips on you in an unexpected way. Have you played this? Do you have any other thoughts or similar recommendations? I've never played Inscription. I'm vaguely aware of it and its popularity because of our sister podcast, Bored with Video Games, where they do a great job of covering games like this, and they have talked about Inscription. So if you really like that game or games like it, I would implore you to give Bored with Video Games a listen. Give them a try.
Multiple people have recommended this game to me, so it must be good. It's like it's a really cool game with a really cool story that you should try. So on my list.
Was it on? I think it was on Game Pass. I don't play video like card games. I don't play card-based video games. Got anything on that one, Rebecca?
No, nothing.
Absolutely not.
Canadian Crawler says, which genre would you classify the Pokemon games under? JRPG, RPG, or monster collecting?
Is it a JRPG?
Crawler, I love you, but it is nothing but a JRPG.
I would just say yes.
There's no other answer to this question.
Any of those seem to make sense.
It might not be a complex RPG, but it is an RPG. It's a JRPG.
Yeah, it's just a simple one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Allen writes a question that I tried to give thought to, and I got to tell you, who is your favorite non-Smash fighting video game character?
Me. Pick me.
Several.
Pick me.
You go ahead, Rebecca.
Pick me. Chun-Li.
Yeah, that was the first one that
Great
came
one.
to my mind as well.
Johnny Cage, baby.
Yeah?
I love me some Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage, Ryu from Street Fighter is my main. Think about fighting games. I guess.
Sonya
Oh,
Blade.
and
Dead or Alive.
also
Ryu Hakusho.
Nakaruru, the girl from SNK with the hawk.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. The girl with the hawk. Yeah, that totally jogs memories.
I know what you're talking about. Depends on what fighting game you talk about, though. When I played the Naruto series, I usually play as Naruto or Rock Lee. I play like all the anime fighting games, so
I don't play many fighting games.
I play a lot of fighting. I play a lot of fighting games. So, yeah. But the main ones, like I said, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, Ryu, Ken.
The main guys. I like Chun-Li, E Honda, Zangief, Sonya Blade, Reptile. Played most of them. DJ. Balrog. That's probably it.
I have one more actually. Invader Zim from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding about that game. I play a SpongeBob.
Great. Here we go.
Reptar from All-Star Brawl. That's like hard for me to say.
Reptar's good.
All-Star Brawl. Can you guys say that word?
All-Star Brawl.
All-Star Brawl.
All-Star Brawl. I can't. It's like blah, 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 blah. Too many brawls.
All-Star Brawl. It's fall, y'all.
All-Star
Star
Brawl.
Brawl. Yeah.
Okay, glad it's not just me.
Little word soup there. Ah, that's it. That's it for questions.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Good timing because somebody's hungry.
Yeah, he's like, yo.
I see.
He knows. Rebecca Hawk's on the microphone. He's like, oh, this is my time. It's my time to shine.
My time to shine. Feed me.
He was sleeping the whole time. He was very good. But now it's time for food. Time for lunch. Anything for the good of the cause before we sign out?
Nope, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Check out our Discord.
Yeah. Cool. All right. See you next week, Koopalings. Have a good week.
Peace.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?